So tech entrepreneur Jack Dorsey steps down as CEO of Twitter. He's also the founder and CEO of Square, the financial payments company. Now, Square have been very popular in the trading and investing community for the last few years, but where has their stock price been going? Well, I'm going to dig into the technical analysis and the charts in today's chart of the day to find out what's going on. Hello, I'm Stephen Ho, trader and founder of TheStopHunter. So before we can carry on, a risk warning for you to pay close attention to. The content in this video is not investment advice, so please seek the advice, help of financial professionals or financial advisors before investing and trading. And trading and investing involves a high degree of risk and your money is at risk, so be very careful. So with that out the way, let's get on with the analysis. There's some interesting technical analysis to take away from the weekly longer term line chart look of Square. Now obviously we can see from late 2015 them growing and becoming a public company, having a really good 2018 up into the $90, a bit of a pullback and then a lot of sideways range action until about the time of the coronavirus kicking in, and then the price shoots on up to $280, and we can see in technical analysis terms this double top pattern playing out, which I marked there with the pink lines, and it really failed to get past that $280 twice. And if we're following the rules of technical analysis, we would take the height of that pattern and then set it down below that to give us a target to the downside. And at the moment, that downside area is $110 or thereabout. So there's a bit more downside to come if it breaks through this key 61.8% Fibonacci line that we're now sort of sitting at. So it's really a key point. It breaks here, then it could go all the way down to the 38.2% line at 129, 130, and then into the 110 sort of zone. If it can stop and reverse back, then it's got to again push up through that 280 if it wants to go any higher, or it might just range now, like I say, between 180 and that $280. So a lot of interesting technical analysis there on the weekly chart today. But the standout pattern is that double top and a potential move down to $110. So if you're still bullish Square, then the line break chart might be your cup of tea. I've got two numbers for you here. Remember, the line break chart's good for reversals, calling the turns. I've used a 4 line break chart with a 2 bar reversal. First one, aggressive one, 208, and then $216 for you to the upside. And the technical analysis, again, very interesting on the daily Heikin-Ashi chart for Square. Now our signals are all bearish. Volatility is picking up to 45% per year, above its longer term average about 29. Volume also up to the negative side. But the interesting picture on this chart is that yellow shaded area with the purple line through it, because we're right there now in terms of price action. But as you can see, if you go back for the last year, that really has been around about $190, a key turning point for the stock price. So we saw in the line chart that potential big move down to $110, but here it's maybe suggesting that this could be a bounce point for the stock to retrace back upwards. We got a sell signal at the moment through the 2-line pink break box setup, and the trend has been down since the summertime, but this really is a key number to watch out for. At the moment, you've got to say it's bearish. The trend is sideways really for the last year or so, within that quite wide range of $190 to $280. But like I say, this is a key price zone to watch out for. And our Renko chart, again, really short term view, $5 block size. All the signals are bearish. The 2-line pink box breakout system also giving us a sell signal. Trend since November, beginning of, has been down with a slow sort of slope down from the summertime in, like say, that longer term sideways range. Downside numbers, you could be looking at 170, mid 150s, and then down to 138, 140. Upside, it's got a reverse through the, like I say, the pink line box around 61.8% Fibonacci line at 229, 230 to start to get more interesting to the bullish side. Then 250, 251 up to those highs of 286, which would be breaking, you know, all-time highs, and then 310, 323. But that seems a long way off at the moment as the price continues to move south. So this is where technical analysis gets really subjective. I look at the weekly line chart and I can see that double top, so I see a big bearish move down possibly. I look at the Renko chart and I see short term looks pretty bearish as well. When I look at the Heikin-Ashi chart, you know, I looked at that barrier around about $190 where it keeps hitting and then bouncing up. So it was quite difficult to score square for chart of the day. I'm going to give it a weak bearish score, but if it moves down below that 190 area, I would go much more bearish. But what I'm waiting to see is whether it can bounce or not from this zone back upwards. Hence, you know, I've given it a slightly downgraded, you know, bearishness into the weak bearish, you know, sort of range. Just waiting to see what happens next. Now, if you are into a bullish trade, then in the top right there, a couple of numbers, 208, 216 to get in on. If you're focusing on the targets, you know, 1.46, 2.4 to 1 to the upside, and to the downside just over 1 to 1 and 1.81 to 1. So an interesting time there at the moment in terms of the technical analysis for Square, but overall at the moment weak bearish. So final thoughts on Square. Well, based purely on the technicals, it's not looking all that great at the moment, especially if you looked at that weekly line chart where there could be a possible move down to $110 in the not too, you know, distant future. But one of the key lines, like I've emphasised throughout this report, that $190 mark is to me the key pivot at the moment. Historically, we've seen it bounce off there about 4 times before moving up to those highs. But, you know, if it can be broken, then like I say, that downside move could be on. So that's why it's sometimes hard to give an overall opinion to a stock like this. I've gone with weak bearish only because of the, you know, underlying shorter term conditions. But like I say, I'm going to stay and watch very closely what the price action is around, you know, that $190 mark. If it goes below it, I say I'll go much more bearish. If it pings and bounces from there, then, you know, the recent highs could be a new target. So let me know if you agree or disagree the analysis in today's video. What do you think of Square in terms of stock price action, where it's heading next, and the future of the company as a whole? Love to hear your thoughts, and if you've liked today's video, please give us the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell buttons to receive future notification of content I'm going to produce just like this. And all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, good luck with the trading, and I'll see you in the next video.